Welcome to the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey, a timeless personal development framework that has transformed millions of lives around the world. This isn't another motivational talk or a list of productivity hacks. Covey's message is deeper. It's about how to live effectively, not just efficiently. Effectiveness, as Covey defines it, comes from character, principles, and the choices we make every single day. He teaches that we must grow in 3 phases. First, from dependence, relying on others, then to independence, taking responsibility for our own lives, and finally, to interdependence, working powerfully with others. The 7 habits guide us along this journey. These aren't quick tips. They're habits that shape how you think, act, and interact. Let's break down each habit and how you can apply them in your life. Habit 1. Be proactive. Habit 1 is the foundation of personal effectiveness. It's about recognizing that you are in charge of your life. Life happens. But between what happens to you and how you respond, there's a moment of choice. Proactive people understand this. They take responsibility for their actions, their emotions, and their results. They don't blame their upbringing, their boss, or the economy. Reactive people say things like, "That's just how I am. I can't help it. He makes me so mad." Proactive people say, "I choose. I will. Let's find a solution." Covey introduces the idea of the circle of concern versus the circle of influence. Your circle of concern includes everything you care about, like world events, traffic, or the weather. Your circle of influence includes what you can actually control, your attitude, your behavior, your decisions. Proactive people focus on their circle of influence, and as a result, it grows. This habit teaches us that we are not products of our circumstances. We are products of our decisions. Habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. Habit 2 is all about clarity and purpose. It asks, where are you going? What do you stand for? What do you want your life to mean? Covey challenges you to imagine your own funeral. What would you want your family, friends, and co-workers to say about you? This exercise isn't meant to be morbid. It's a wake-up call. It forces you to define your values, your priorities, and the kind of legacy you want to leave. Most people live by default. They chase what others define as success, money, fame, approval, without asking if those things really matter to them. Habit 2 is about designing your life before living it. Covey encourages writing a personal mission statement, a guiding document that helps you stay aligned with your deepest values. Everything in life is created twice. First in the mind, the blueprint, then in reality, the construction. So if you don't define the first creation, you end up living by someone else's plan, or by accident. With Habit 2, you start with your ideal outcome and work backward. Habit 3. Put first things first. Habit 3 is the discipline to live out the priorities you defined in Habit 2. It's not enough to know what matters. You have to act on it. That's where most people struggle. Covey introduces his time management matrix, a powerful tool for prioritizing. There are 4 types of activities: urgent and important, crises, deadlines, emergencies. Not urgent but important, planning, relationships, health, personal growth. Urgent but not important, interruptions, some calls, most emails. Not urgent and not important, distractions, time wasters, social scrolling. Most people spend their time in quadrants 1 and 3, reacting to whatever seems urgent. But truly effective people prioritize quadrant 2, the important things that don't shout for attention, but create long-term value. Habit 3 is about time blocking, saying no, and protecting your focus. It's about leading your life according to your values, not someone else's to-do list. Habit 4. Think win-win. Habit 4 shifts your mindset from competition to collaboration. In many situations, we think there must be winners and losers, but Covey challenges that belief. Win-win is the belief that there's enough success, opportunity, and happiness for everyone. It's not being nice or avoiding conflict. It's about finding solutions where everyone benefits. In contrast, win-lose says, if I win, you must lose. Lose-win says, you win, I lose, I'll keep the peace. Lose-lose says, if I can't win, no one will. But win-win says, let's find a way we both walk away better off. This mindset is crucial in relationships, teams, and negotiations. It builds trust, respect, and long-term results. It requires courage to stand up for your needs and consideration to care about others' needs. When you practice win-win, you stop competing against people and start building with them. Habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Habit 5 is about deep listening. Most people don't listen. They wait to reply. They interrupt. They project. They give advice without understanding. Covey says, before you try to be understood, make the other person feel heard. This means listening with empathy, trying to see things from their perspective, reflecting what you hear, not judging or fixing right away. Once the other person feels understood, then you can share your point clearly and respectfully. Covey links this habit to the communication formula: ethos, your credibility; pathos, your empathy; logos, your logic. When people trust you, feel heard, and understand your reasoning, communication works. This habit can transform marriages, friendships, parenting, and leadership. Habit 6. Synergize. Habit 6 is about creative collaboration. Synergy means the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. It happens when people bring different strengths, perspectives, and experiences to the table, and create something better than anyone could do alone. Synergy is not compromise. It's innovation. It requires trust. People feel safe to share. Respect. Differences are valued, not attacked. Vision. There's a shared goal or purpose. This habit shines in teamwork, brainstorming, problem-solving, and family dynamics. Synergy allows disagreement to fuel progress, not division. To practice this, stop trying to be the smartest person in the room. Start asking, what can we create together that's better than what I can create alone? Habit 7. Sharpen the saw. Habit 7 is about self-renewal. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't grow if you're constantly burned out. Sharpening the saw means taking care of your whole self so you can stay effective. Covey breaks this into 4 areas: physical, exercise, sleep, nutrition; mental, reading, learning, reflecting; spiritual, purpose, values, meditation, nature; social, emotional, relationships, service, emotional resilience. When you invest regularly in these areas, you stay balanced, focused, and growing. It's not selfish, it's strategic. You perform better in every area of life when you are well-rested, well-connected, and anchored in purpose. Sharpening the saw turns the 7 habits into a lifelong cycle of growth. Conclusion, putting it all together. The 7 habits aren't just steps. They're a system. Each habit builds on the previous. Habit 1. Take ownership. Habit 2. Know your direction. Habit 3. Live your priorities. Habit 4. Think in terms of mutual success. Habit 5. Communicate with empathy and clarity. Habit 6. Collaborate creatively. Habit 7. Renew yourself continually. They help you lead yourself, connect with others, and live a life that matters. You don't need to master all habits at once. Start with one. Practice. Reflect. Then build from there. Final words. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People is a life manual, not just a book. It teaches you to work from the inside out, to lead with values, and to build a life of impact and integrity. Effectiveness isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters most. Start now. Start small. Start with intention. And begin your journey to becoming highly effective.